Hello everyone, welcome to the Solo Gaming Spotlight. Today we're going to be learning how to play After the Virus, and I'm going to take you through Scenario 1A Chaos. But first let me teach you how to set up the game, which is quite simple. The game comes with 3 identical decks of 40 cards each. Technically 54, but there's these zombie cards that are easily separatable from the rest. There's going to be 5 1s, 4 2s, 3 3s, and 2 4s. I have one of the ones already in my starting hand because that's where they're going to be starting. The other 40 cards, depending on which character you're going to play as, there's 4 different playable characters. I'm going to play today as Adam, and it tells you right here which of those cards are going to be in his starting deck. He is going to start out in play with the machete, which means you're going to put it out in play sideways. Your play area is going to be to the right of your player board. I'm going to use over here so I can keep it all on screen. Then it's going to tell you the exact cards that are going to be in your starting deck. He has the dog, the safe house, 3 copies of Survivor, 3 copies of Run, a raid card. There's that zombie. And then the rest of the cards are going to get shuffled up and then go into an area deck, which we can scout from. I'll show you how to do that during gameplay. And you can eventually bring them into your play area as you play the game. That gets set up right above the zombie deck. And then we go ahead and shuffle up our hand, which is going to consist of 10 cards. 9 cards down here. And in a 1-player game, it's going to be 10 cards. If you're playing with more than 1 players, it's up to a 3-player game. Even though there's 4 playable characters, you play from 1 to 3 players. So, shuffle your deck up, draw 5. If we were playing if you want to play 2-handed, each of these decks will get 2 zombies instead of 1. Playing with 3 players, each of the deck gets 3 zombies. All right, let's draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We now have our starting hand. I'm going to put a zombie out in play. But before that, let's take a look real quick at 1A Chaos. This is a scenario we're going to be playing, and this is going to tell you how you're going to beat the scenario. A little bit of flavor here. The zombie virus is here, and society is falling apart fast. You need to create some order and get things together, or you'll be overrun too. So what we have to do is end the turn with 6 prepared cards in play to represent that we're creating some order here for some theme. We're going to start at wave 1, and what that means is we're going to take this green marker, which matches the zombies, and we're going to put it on wave 1. And then each turn, if you'll notice, actually, that we already have 1 zombie in our deck, and that represents the zombies that are going to be going into your deck. The other 4 cards we have are going to be cards we could play. Each and every turn you have a zombie out in your active area. You have to take care of it, either kill it or find a way to get it to your discard pile, or else it is going to do damage to you. You can only take 3 damage. If you ever get injured in your brain, you've lost the game. You've died. If you take damage to your arm, you could only have 1 weapon. Right now I have the machete unprepared over here. And then your leg, if you ever take damage to your leg, you will not be able to run. And these pink cards are action cards. But I can play this run card right now to discard a zombie card, which is nice. But it goes to my discard pile instead of killing it, which means it's going to come right back at me once I reshuffle. Anyway, there is a little arrow on the side of these cards. It doesn't cost you anything. Like in a deck builder, you can't put any. These pink cards go right to your discard pile. They are one-time events. They don't have a prepare cost on the bottom, this little arrow. So they don't go into your prepared area. Your Survivor, I could just play it. It doesn't cost you anything to put them down here. But this Survivor, I would have to discard another card to prepare him and have him ready to be able to use whatever abilities. Survivors are special cards that come into play in certain scenarios. In this scenario, I have to prepare 6 cards. So that would be a viable thing to do. I'm not going to prepare the Survivor though. But I am going to prepare my machete. It costs 0. And then now that it's prepared, I can use my machete. Once a turn, I have the ability to discard a card to kill 1 zombie. So I'm going to go ahead and discard one of these Survivors to kill that zombie. When you kill it, it goes back on top of the zombie pile. Eventually, you're going to get to these 2 and these 3 zombies. They always go in the order of the lowest number goes on top. just like we prepared it in ascending order. One's on top, the four's at the bottom. All right, we've already killed a zombie. Now I have 3 cards left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to discard one of my cards to scout. And what that means is I can flip over one of the cards up here in from the area deck and bring it out here. Now it has a little hand here with a number inside it. That's how many cards I would discard to bring that card into my play area. That's called retrieving the card. I also have this raid card that I can play to retrieve 1 card. But before I do that, I'm going to discard my run card to scout another card. I have a food card. That one only costs 1. So I'm going to play this raid card to grab this rifle. Now remember, it comes unprepared. It's going to cost me 1. And the rifle here says cards from hand may be added as this little symbol is ammunition. And once a turn, I can discard one of my ammo to kill a zombie from play or my discard pile, which is nice. Most of them you can only kill in play. Being able to kill them out of your discard pile is a nice little benefit to have. All right, I'm out of my hand. I'm going to draw up 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to put my dog out into play. He readies for 0, as we can see here. I'm also going to play this survivor here and load this rifle up as ammo. I now have 3 prepared cards. In order to win this mission, we have to get 6 prepared cards in play. I am going to discard this safe house to scout another card. An antidote, that one also costs 1. I'm going to go ahead and discard this run to grab this food. Unprepared into my play area, it costs 0. I'm going to go ahead and prepare it for 0. I now have 4 prepared cards in play, and I am going to discard this to scout again. Weapon skill. A lot of these cost 2 and 3. I just happen to get a lot of 1s here. In the deck, you'll find all different costs. They usually cost between 1 to 3 cards for you to end up retrieving them. So now that I've run out of my deck, I have to shuffle. Now, every time you have to reshuffle your deck, the wave of zombies goes up. And now it's going up to the 2, and that means I have to shuffle the top 2 zombies from this deck into my hand. So I'm going to shuffle them up, draw 5 cards, and we should be able to beat this scenario this round. This is the easiest scenario in the game to teach you how to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did get a zombie. I'm going to go ahead and discard a card to kill it with my machete. Or better yet, let's not do that. Let me go ahead and put the survivor out, discard the safe house to prepare it, discard this to bring the antidote down. I can prepare that for free, and let's just say I scout with this. Another card will come out, and then this zombie would do damage to me. I'll just take damage to my arm, but the zombie will die during that struggle. And we now finish the turn. We have 6 prepared cards. We've beaten the scenario, and that's the beginning of teaching you how to play. There's going to be other things that come up in the game that I'm going to continue to teach you in the playthrough of Scenario 2, which will be up next. Thanks for watching. See you next video.